Franken bike. I call it the Franken bike. It's a custom shovel head and a Softail frame. I built this bike over about 2 years in my spare time after work and whatnot. A few years ago now. It's an 80-inch Harley Davidson Shovelhead, completely rebuilt. 4-speed transmission, electric start, kick start, both. It's in a 80s era Harley Davidson Softail frame. It's been goosenecked, 2 inches longer in the backbone, so it's got these stretch tanks to make it fit. Made this sheet aluminum. The dash piece there, I annealed it and bent it to fit in there just perfect. Got hard body aluminum controls on it. I bent up these stainless steel handlebars. They got miters on the top and they're mandrel bent on the bottom. Hadn't seen that before. Like everything to be kind of hidden and uncluttered looking, so I've got the Russell brake line. Goes straight into the handlebars, goes right to the tube, same with the wiring for the horn button there. Like the bike to be fairly uncluttered. It's got this, I made the seat pan itself and all of the linkage that makes it work. Got a truck going by. My friend hand tools Western Saddles here, so I drew up a design there, and he hand tooled the Frankenstein's head and the flaming torches and electricity going on the top there into the seat. It's my seat design. It's got pivots at the back here on these the clevis pins, so you can take the seat and access the battery and whatnot, and you can just pull these 2 clevis pins whenever you want to get complete access and take it right off. And then I've just got this slider plate underneath, so there's suspension in the seat as well as in the frame. Works trick. It's really, really good. Copper oil lines around the engine. One of the things that kind of bothered me about Harley Davidson with their stock oil lines. They put oil into the rear end of the rear head, and the front head's got to wait for oil until it goes completely through the rear and then transfers to the front, and I didn't really like that, so I bent up this dual oil line system. You know, the copper tubing. You can buy similar aftermarket, so I don't know who makes them, but I bent these ones up. That way both heads get oil right away. S&S Super E-Carb. Made that oil filter out of it's a lid for a candy dish. Brass nuts and whatnot. Lit oil pressure gauge and the oil temperature dipstick, so I keep an eye on what's going on. This rear brake caliper, Harley Davidson brake caliper, but I really like the Russell brake lines. So the only brake lines you're going to see back here is maybe that 1/2 inch that's sneaking from the banjo fitting into the rear frame swing arm. I've lowered it. I took the swing arm apart and I extended the mounts by about 3/4 of an inch, and so that lengthens it, which shoves the rear tire up into the fender more, so it's lowered about 1.5 inches in the back. Performance machine, front brake caliper there. really happy with that. Nice upgrade. Thing goes and stops really, really well. My idea was always to have a really kind of clean looking uncluttered bike. That's it. That's my Franken bike.